Hey guys, next one up is this difference quotient. Okay, it looks a little bit confusing at first, but it's really not. It's really just plugging in and simplifying and doing algebra. Okay, but it's this main idea and why it's in here is this. It's a huge part of. It's basically the foundation of what a derivative is. So, which we're going to get to later on. So it's important to know how it works and how to use it. All right. So just don't forget, you're basically just plugging in, right? So in this, you're replacing x with an x plus h, right? So this becomes x plus h squared. Okay. And then you're just subtracting f of x. Okay, notice how I put that in parentheses. Again, I'm gonna go through some of these little stupid things that go through and that you learned in algebra, but you sometimes forget to do. Remember, I put that in parentheses because you guys always forget about that and you end up just subtracting x squared instead of this entire thing. Okay, so put that in parentheses to remind yourself. Okay. Next part of this is just simplify it, okay? Now, make sure that you guys do this right. It is not x squared plus h squared. Just make sure you go through and FOIL it, right? If you have to write it out and FOIL, do it, okay? If you need to, if that's gonna make more sense to you, okay? If that's something that you guys forget to do, it's a big problem that we always run into, okay? I'm going to distribute that negative in the end over there. Okay, and a lot of times what happens is things end up canceling out, right? Like this x squared cancels out with that. This 2x cancels out with that negative 2x, and you get this. You have 2xh plus h squared plus 2h all over h, okay? And you can even go a little bit farther with that. You can factor out that h there. You can factor out one h anyway. And make it 2x plus h plus 2 all over h, and then it cancels. And this should happen almost every single time. Okay, where things are going to cancel out up here, you should be able to factor something out and it should cancel. Okay, now I say that every time, it's like 99% of the time. So you may run into one that doesn't, but like you shouldn't do that. It should run in, you should always be able to factor something out. Okay, so that's all that really takes. It's just a basic algebra problem, but I wanted to run through it real quick because this looks kind of daunting at first when you first look at it. Okay, but it's just plugging in, doing some algebra, simplifying.